Hi everyone and welcome to another mini jam episode of CinemaJam. Today's episode we're going to be talking about The Cheap Detective, a movie starring Hugh Jackman as a shepherd of different chips played by different very interesting voices, including Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Patrick Stewart, Brett Goldstein, Regina Hall, and many more.
Okay, Johnny, this one's got your number on it. Let's jam.
If there's one secret to happiness in my life, it's taking care of the kindest creatures on earth. Sheep. I want you to meet my flock.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be.
I keep them well fed, well groomed, and each day I read out loud to them mysteries, whodunits. I know who the killer was. I like to pretend that they follow along, but they're only sheep.
Oh, why would he stop there?
He was just about to say who the killer was.
This is torture. It was the maid, right?
When I wake up,
Wake up! Everybody wake up!
We found George on the grass, and he's not moving.
What?
Lily, tell us what to do.
Our shepherd was murdered. And we shall solve the crime.
The movie shows a world where the chips are smart. They are sheep still. They are not smarter than like a lot of people, but they are trying to figure out who killed their shepherd, Hugh Jackman. So it's a murder mystery starring a flock of chips.
Got your number.
So the movie, before we continue, I want to remind everyone to join our Patreon, become part of the community, or join us in the YouTube channel where you can leave comments and tell us what you think about the movie. And if you're interested in watching it now that it's still in theaters at the beginning of summer. So the movie, as I mentioned before, is the Cheap Detectives. It was directed by Kyle Balda and written by Craig Mazin based on a book by Leonie Swann. So this is kind of like a children's book. Craig Mazin, if the name sounds similar, he is a well-known writer. He's the showrunner of The Last of Us. He has been part of he also wrote Chernobyl, the very good TV series from HBO, and from movies. You probably know him from the Hangover series, some Scary Movie 3 and 4, and he has been a writer for a long time in Hollywood, even as a script doctor. The thing about this type of movie is that this is kind of like an animated movie because we are focusing a lot of the time the story around the chip, and these are very well done chip. They are computer generated chip that look very realistic. They don't work in two feet. They are always quadrupeds, so they always behaving like chip. And even in that, even if they're thinking and trying to solve this murder mystery, they are actually trying to do it in a cheap way of thinking. So I really like that they are not really changing their behavior and make them, anthropomorphize them, like make them behave like humans. And the director, I mentioned it before, he's actually well known as one of the teams. He's part of the team of DreamWorks Animation, where he has directed several of the Minions movies and Despicable Me, and he has been working with them for a long time. So the movie, that's why it behaves kind of like an animated movie, but with humans in the mix as well. It's actually a quite good effort. I really enjoy it. I went with my biggest child, and he enjoyed it as well. He thought the mystery was engaging enough. The characters, including the chief and the town people in this English countryside, are make sense. They are a small town. Everyone knows each other. They are rooted, hated from many years back, and especially around this shepherd played by Hugh Jackman, that you understand why someone might have actually tried to murder him. So the mystery is well done. The mystery is well paced. I have to actually give credit to Craig Mazin because he really decomposed the genre. Murder mysteries are normally very hard to understand, very hard to swallow. Not everyone loves it. I love it, but I was worried that I didn't know if my kid will enjoy it as well as I normally enjoy this type of genre. And he really liked it. I mean, the mystery, as I mentioned before, the music, the acting, the voice acting was almost perfect on par. The production design, especially around the village and the meadow where these sheep live and how they behave is pretty good. There are some scary elements, but they were not really that scary. The movie is rated PG, so you can take small kills, although, be warned that there is only like 2 or 3 minutes where something scary happens. And if you're not ready to discuss death with your kids, maybe this is not the best movie to take them to understand what that means. But because that's a recurring thing, especially, around the chiefs being able to forget basically what they don't want or what make them unhappy. So that's why the chiefs normally are very happy and follow the shepherd and are always living with him. Or following his example. It's very interesting that that one of the themes in the movie is that they can choose to forget, but the way we evolve with the chip is that there is a moment where, okay, they decide, okay, it's not worth forgetting because they will forget. Obviously, this very important person for them, that is Hugh Jackman. I'm actually going to read the summary from Letterboxd because it gives enough details about it that I think is good for you to know if you're going to want to watch it. So George Hardy is a shepherd who reads detective novels to his beloved sheep every night, assuming they can possibly understand. But when a mysterious incident disrupts life on the farm, the sheep realize they must become the detectives. As they follow the clues and investigate human suspects, they prove that even sheep can be brilliant crime solvers. That's actually a very good summary. It actually doesn't give you a lot of the details about the story, so that's why I wanted to read it. But if you're prepared to enjoy a great voice casting, great human casting, and if you like a good story, if you want to introduce kids to a more complex type of storytelling as well, this type of mystery, it can be a good way to introduce them to more complex narratives. I mean, normally if they only watch Minions or the Despicable Me, like previous examples of what this director has done before. Maybe this is a way to introduce them to a more complicated movies. And if you want something to pair it with, I actually was thinking a lot about the Babe and Babe in the City, the movies from the 1990s that were a good example of, how to make a compelling story about talking animals. Babe was actually nominated to the Oscar, and Babe Pig in the City has very interesting elements directed by the director of Mad Max, that's George Miller. The first one wasn't directed by him, Babe, but he was the producer, and it's a good movie. So you compare it with either of these movies, but if you just want to enjoy The Chief Detective, I really recommend it and hope more people watch it because it is actually pretty good. Thank you again. Leave your comments. Let me know if you watch it or if you enjoy it. And until next time, keep jamming about movies.